And so I swim back in and I'm sitting there, but I have this feeling like just I should linger a little bit, even though I literally have like my hoodie over my head. It's pouring down rain. And I just sit there and I linger for a little bit. And then all of a sudden I hear somebody yelling, "Help."
I don't know if you know this story, but that lifeguard training would come in full circle because tell us about that fateful day at the beach when you noticed something out in the water on a little bit of a stormy day.
Yeah, it was Valentine's Day many years ago. I was on a beach and it was a small beach in a small town in New Zealand. Stormy day, as Ryan said. I looked down the beach, there's no one there. And it's just me. And for some reason, because now the ocean was once a place I was terrified of, was now my favorite place to be. And I was just like, wanted to go swim in the ocean. I go out there, I realize there's rip tides everywhere, huge waves. And I'm like, this is dangerous, even for me, who had been a lifeguard now at this point for a decade. And so I swim back in and I'm sitting there, but I have this feeling like just I should linger a little bit, even though I literally have like my hoodie over my head. It's pouring down rain. And it's like, I'm kind of just like not a comfortable place to be. Like I should be back at home, like in the warmth of our house. Mm-hmm. And I just sit there and I linger for a little bit. And then all of a sudden I hear somebody yelling, "Help." And I look out and there's a man and he's in the ocean up to his hips and he's pointing out to somebody further out. And I look out past the waves as somebody drowning. And I just quickly instincts kicked in and I had like flippers or fins and I grabbed them and I start running towards him. But right before I jump into the ocean, I just have this moment where I'm like, what am I doing? Like this, I'm on this beach alone. I'm about to go rescue this man. There's huge riptides. Like, can I do this? And fear is just rising up. And I'm standing there still with my feet in the sand. But there's the ocean. And this is why my book is called 3 Seconds of Courage, because I just was like, by the time I count to 3, I'm going to step into the ocean. 2, 3. And then I just put my foot in the water and I just start swimming out to this man. And I'm about 200 feet from him and I see like he's spending way more time with his head in the water than his head above the water. And so then by the time I reach him, his head is completely under the water. And I grab him, I lift him on my back. And it's one of those stories where it's just like the supernatural strength of the Lord just came. And I grab this man and he's a over 200-pound man. And I put my hands on his throat and I don't feel a pulse and he had drowned.
Oh.
And I was just like, Lord, I was like, it's not done. Like, it's not over. It's not over by the name of Jesus. And I grab this man and I pull him on top of me. And as I'm holding him from behind me and he's on top of me and I'm like, I have my hands on his chest, I just start compressions and I'm just putting my full force into it. And I'm just praying in my head, in the water. We're still in the water past the waves, out in the deep ocean. And I'm just pounding on him and I'm just shouting out like in the name of Jesus, like, come God, like come. And for a minute I'm going as much as I can and I'm pounding as hard as I can. And then he throws up and I put my hand back on his throat. And I feel the tiniest heartbeat of hope. And I feel his heart just boom, boom, boom. And this man who was once dead by the grace of God is now alive. And so I grab him and I start swimming him back into the shore. And then another miracle happens. There's only one local town doctor in this tiny town. Mm-hmm. He had happened to be walking on the beach in that exact moment, saw me run out to go rescue this man, called the ambulance and told the ambulance, be prepared, there's likely 2 deaths today. Because he was like, there's no way that this little girl, like 18 years old, is going to rescue this man that's 3 times her size. And he had called the ambulance shows up and they take over. And I walk away and I was like, God, thank you. Because the very place, the ocean, that was once a place of like terror for me, is now a place of victory. The place that I saw death is now a place where life happened again.
Wow. Have you kept in touch with that man?
No. So the crazy thing, I never even got his name because the ambulance, like the doctors stepped in, they took over. And because he was so unstable, they just put him in the ambulance and then he was gone. And there was no way of like me contacting him. But it was kind of like one of those things where it's just like, Lord, it's just like a mystery. And like, I pray one day I meet him in heaven.
He probably thinks you're an angel.
Yeah,
like when he tells the story.
With a cool accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah.